Very pleased to welcome Mr. Faisal AlShimmari, Head of ESG and Corporate Strategy at Mashreq Bank. Thank you very much for being with us today and hosting us. We're very few days ahead of COP28. What about the ESG ecosystem within banks in the Middle East?
ESG ecosystem is an evolving journey to achieve the expectation of the government and at the same time to achieve the noble objective of having ESG taxonomy. In some countries, the focus is directed towards environment, addressing green and sustainable financing from that angle. In other countries, it's evolving around S, which is social, which is still needs lots of efforts. We at Mashreq are looking at creating a balanced approach, aiming at prioritizing the SDGs of the UAE and the region and our international branches to create the ecosystem around E&S, having a humanitarian centric approach to ensure that S is not overlooked as happening in some other organizations.
In terms, as you know, Mashreq is present across different geographies. What about laws, ESG laws in the region? Some people say that we'll be having some new updated laws within COP28. We saw in January 2023 the GCC Central Bank's unified parameters. How are you dealing and handling ESG within the different geographies?
The UAE Central Bank issued a sustainable finance principle, including Islamic, for Islamic banks and Islamic windows. The maturity and the evolution around sustainable financing is reflecting a commitment from the government and the regulators and being addressed by institutions like us. We are aiming at creating an example model or a benchmark where we are leading the ESG maturity. Not only in the region, but internationally. The balance between the ecosystems around the ESG complexity globally is very challenging, specifically when it comes to reporting and regulating. The taxonomy is still evolving. The amended changes are very diverse and very expediting in a very fast rhythm. Still, the leadership of the bank are committed to deliver a model for other institutions.
Islamic finance plays a major role, including Islamic finance, including Sukuk bonds. It's a $2 trillion market, basically, that remains untapped vastly. What are you doing in this regard?
Well, Sukuk is one of the financial tools and instruments that definitely are a priority for Mashreq and other institutions. The evolution around the green and sustainable finance is rapidly growing and the demand is emerging. We are addressing all the options that we have on the table at the moment, including even following up the regulatory maturity around carbon credit and carbon market, which is yet to come. But we have high expectation for it, and our obligors and our clients are definitely interested in such creative and innovative emerging opportunities.
ESG overall remains basically through different categories. We know, for example, in Europe, some people that we need other layers of security. We are seeing here that you are heading ESG and you are heading corporate strategy at Al-Mashreq. What is the interconnectivity at Al-Mashreq in this regard?
Our group CEO and the leadership of the bank are looking into merging and blending ESG into the DNA of the bank, which reflects a high ambitious approach and high expectation of maturity, expediting the journey and achieving international new level of maturity when it comes to ESG.
We at the ESG Mena, the first and only ESG knowledge hub in the MENA region, have been witnessing and encountering some ESG literacy challenges. How can we elevate and develop ESG literacy in the banking sector in particular?
ESG awareness and literacy is exactly similar to digital divide. I would call it ESG divide. We need to build up capacity, whether it's with our obligors, with our vendors, with our counterparts, financial institution and corporate, our clients, individuals, and also government. the taxonomy of ESG, whether it's environmental, social, or even governance, requires a huge investment when it comes to talent and skill set. The commitment needs to come from everyone. It's a shared responsibility. It's exactly like when you build up awareness around the traffic or crime prevention or even other critical components of our life. We are evolving around digital. We need to be aware of net zero targets and our commitment as a country or globally. And COP28 is one of the unique platforms where such challenges needs to be addressed jointly in a round table with everyone putting their responsibility at stake.
What's your aim and wish to see at COP?
I expect the international commitment around financing climate ambition or climate change challenges to be met, or at least to have some sort of a governance dashboard reflecting the commitments happened from governments and how much did they deliver. Finance is a challenge. As a financial institution, we are aiming at to be one of the most advanced strategic partners to deliver our climate ambition and our commitment to the sustainable development goals of our country and the other countries where we operate.
We talked E, we talked a bit of S, and what about Gs? As you know, family offices play a major role in the economy of the region, including UAE. What about governance and the new laws for family offices, for example? How can we strengthen the succession and the future and the long-term sustainability and...
we have a say in Arabic, من أمن العقاب أساء الأدب, and in English it says those who go unpunished go wild. So governance is a critical component that we need to deliver. The maturity of governance is still yet evolving. Some lesson learned from other institutions definitely need to be enforced. The responsibility is not only on the financial institution or the corporate or the obligor, but it goes also to the auditor, whether internal or third party. In addition, the regulators play a key role, as you rightfully said, and flagged that the UAE is addressing governance as a journey, and it requires a higher level of maturity around that area to ensure sustainable succession planning and at the same time protecting the interest of the investors and the market. The stability of the market is a very critical component that we need to address.
Mr. Faisal, thank you very much for being with us today.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.